Welcome, everyone. In today's video, we're diving into the Windy City. Get ready for the top 10 facts about Chicago that you probably didn't know. From iconic landmarks to quirky traditions, Chicago is a city full of surprises that go beyond the deep dish pizza and skyline views. Stay tuned, and by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for this amazing city. Let us know in the comments which fact blew your mind the most. Fact 10, Chicago was the birthplace of the first skyscraper. Let's kick things off with a little architecture history. In 1885, Chicago became home to the very first skyscraper in the world. The Home Insurance Building, designed by William LeBaron Jenney, stood 10 stories tall, a towering feat at the time. It was a major turning point in architecture, leading to the rise of modern skyscrapers across the globe. Fact 9, Chicago has an extensive underground system. Did you know Chicago has an entire underground city? Beneath the bustling streets lies a network of tunnels that were built in the late 19th century to help with transportation and commerce. You can find underground malls, parking garages, and even entire office buildings down there. It's a whole new world beneath the city's surface. Fact 8, the Chicago River is green on St. Patrick's Day. One of the most famous Chicago traditions is turning the Chicago River bright green on St. Patrick's Day. The tradition began in 1962 when the city used an environmentally safe dye to color the river. Every year, locals and tourists gather to watch the river change color, making for a stunning sight. Fact 7, Chicago is the home of the world's largest art museum. Art lovers, rejoice! The Art Institute of Chicago is not only one of the most famous museums in the world, but it's also home to some of the finest pieces in history. From iconic paintings like Grant Wood's American Gothic to modern masterpieces, this museum is a cultural gem that attracts millions of visitors every year. Fact 6, Chicago has the largest collection of Impressionist art outside Paris. Speaking of art, Chicago holds a massive art collection, particularly in the realm of Impressionism. The Art Institute has one of the largest collections of Impressionist art outside of Paris, featuring works by artists like Monet, Renoir, and Van Gogh. If you're an art aficionado, this city is a must-visit. Fact 5, the Chicago Bears inspired the first Super Bowl victory. Football fans, did you know that the Chicago Bears were key to the first Super Bowl victory? In 1967, the Bears made history by participating in the inaugural AFL-NFL World Championship game, which would later be called the Super Bowl. That game paved the way for the modern-day Super Bowl. Fact 4, the Chicago-style hot dog is a must-try. We all know Chicago is famous for its deep dish pizza, but what about the Chicago-style hot dog? This unique hot dog is served with mustard, relish, onions, tomatoes, pickles, and peppers, no ketchup allowed. It's a local delicacy, and if you've never had one, you're missing out on a true Chicago experience. Fact 3, Chicago has its own unique architecture style. Chicago is known for its distinct architectural style, known as the Chicago School of Architecture. This movement began in the late 19th century and emphasized functional design, steel frame construction, and large windows. Buildings like the Willis Tower, formerly the Sears Tower, and the John Hancock Center are prime examples of this iconic style. Fact 2. Chicago was once the largest city in the US. For a time, Chicago was the largest city in the United States. In the late 19th century, the city grew rapidly due to its strategic location near the Great Lakes and its role as a transportation hub. It wasn't until the early 20th century that New York City surpassed it in size. Today, Chicago remains the third largest city in the U.S. Fact 1. Chicago has a rich jazz and blues history. And finally, the Windy City is renowned for its rich jazz and blues heritage. Chicago was a central hub during the Great Migration when African Americans brought their musical styles to the city in the early 20th century. Famous artists like Louis Armstrong, Muddy Waters, and Buddy Guy all made their mark here, and you can still experience this legendary music scene at venues like the Green Mill Cocktail Lounge. There you have it, the top 10 facts about Chicago that you probably didn't know. The Windy City is a city full of rich history, quirky traditions, and incredible culture. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our exciting videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.